Long ago, before people knew how to shape the earth into vessels, the land was still and life was simple. Water was gathered in leaves, food carried in bark. But when the rains came and rivers swelled, there was no way to store or carry what was most precious, water. One day, a curious young woman wandered along a riverbank. Her name was Mati, a word that meant earth or clay in the old tongue. She touched the soft mud, warm from the sun, and felt something stir within it. The clay yielded to her hands as if it were alive. She shaped it into a ball. When it dried, it held water, strong, sturdy, and unlike anything they had known. The villagers saw this as a gift from the Earth Mother. The clay, or mati, became sacred. Potters became caretakers of the earth's voice, shaping vessels with care and intention. It was said that if you listened closely, the clay would whisper stories of rain, roots, and time, and so began a relationship between earth and vessel, a bond that would one day need another gift: tea. When tea arrived in India, it met people who already knew how to drink with reverence. The leaf and the cup were both from the earth, one grown from it, the other shaped from it. What better way to enjoy something as warm and grounding as tea than from the very clay that first taught humans how to hold the earth's gifts? Enter the kulhar, a simple, unglazed clay cup, used for centuries to serve hot chai, especially on bustling train platforms and roadside stalls. Unlike fine porcelain or glass, a kulhar is meant to be used once, then returned to the ground. So, why do people go through all the effort to make these cups just to throw them away? Today, we're diving into the story of the Indian kulhar. Depending on the region, this handless cup bears different names. It can be kulhar, kulhar, bar, or sometimes shikora. The art of making kulhars goes back to the Little Indus Valley civilization in India, which is roughly 5,000 years ago. In ancient times, they were employed for serving beverages, especially during festivals and religious ceremonies. Fast forward today, despite the rise of plastic-lined paper cups, the Indian still favors their chai in kulhars. Why? Because these earthy clay cups allow them to experience chai in a completely different way. So, what's the chemistry behind it? It all starts with the clay used to make kulhars. Manufacturers collect this clay from riverbanks, and its quality is crucial. It needs to be fine, sticky enough to hold together, and free of stones. However, pure clay can sometimes be too sticky or too soft to shape properly. That's why potters often mix it with soil or sand to improve its texture and workability. Adding soil balances the mixture, making it less sticky and easier to mold. It also reduces shrinkage during drying and firing, which helps prevent cracks in the final product. Plus, the fine particles in the soil add strength and durability to the kulhars. Using locally available soil is also practical and economical, especially when pure clay is scarce or expensive. Then, with additional water, it's needed well to form a uniform, walkable dough-like consistency. This is actually the most demanding part of the process, as potters have to mix relentlessly. They use either their hands with a wire or their feet to mix the clay. When it reaches the right consistency, potters divide it into smaller parts, ready to be thrown on the wheel. Some artisans choose to do it the traditional way, which means kulhars will be thrown by hand. With this method, some workshops can produce around 2,500 cups per day, but this number cannot keep pace with the market's demand, since there's not enough cups to backstock. Therefore, manufacturers often use molds to speed up and standardize production. The prepared clay is pressed or poured into a two-part mold shaped like the kulhar cup, which gives it its characteristic conical shape and slightly rough surface texture. After the clay takes the shape of the mold, excess clay is trimmed off, and details such as the rim are smoothed by hand to finish the cup. After the molded kulhars are carefully removed from the molds, they are left to dry slowly at ambient temperature to reduce moisture and prevent cracking during firing. Once dried, the kulhars are fired in simple kilns or open pits at relatively low temperatures, typically around 800 to 900 Celsius degree. This temperature is sufficient to harden the clay but does not vitrify it like high-fired ceramics, which keeps the kulhars porous and unglazed. This porous nature is an essential characteristic of the kulhars, as it allows them to absorb some of the beverage's aroma and adds to their rustic charm and unique texture. Now you know what I meant by saying experiencing chai in a completely different way. This is why, despite being labor-intensive, kulhar cups are still holding strong against the rise of plastic cups. Of course, it's undeniable that the use of kulhars has decreased sharply since the plastic vessels became widespread. However, it seems unlikely that kulhars will disappear completely anytime soon for several reasons. First, since they are made from natural clay, kulhars are eco-friendly and biodegradable. Second, their porous nature absorbs the aroma of hot beverages, enhancing the flavor and overall drinking experience. Third, kulhars carry a lot of cultural and nostalgic value, reminding many of us of those classic roadside tea stalls. Fourth, here's a cool fact. Kulhars are naturally high in alkaline, which can help balance out acidity in your body. And a more alkaline body means a lower risk of chronic diseases. Finally, unlike plastic or paper cups, kulhars don't contain harmful chemicals or coatings, making them a healthier, more natural way to enjoy your drink. Indeed, the kulhar emerges as a versatile vessel. These unglazed clay cups do much more than just hold chai. They elevate the experience of many Indian drinks and treats, whether it's kulfi, the classic Indian ice cream, or lassi, a cool yogurt-based drink similar to a smoothie. Kulhars offer a refreshing way to beat the heat. However, behind this simple, charming cup lies a complex reality for the artisans who make them. Kulhar manufacturers and porters in India face multiple challenges impacting their livelihood and craft sustainability. One major issue is low pay, such as in Delhi's Kumhaar Colony. Many artisans earn inconsistent and insufficient wages, often ranging from $60 to over $300 monthly, depending on region and season. Similarly, Jaipur's blue pottery artisans earn between $2 to $10 per day, despite their labor-intensive nature of their work.
काम करके भी हम लोग का पेट ठीक से नहीं भरने पाता है, परिवार का पालन पोषण भी ठीक से नहीं हो सकता.
Additional challenges include weather-dependent production delays and high breakage rates during handling and transport.
ज़्यादा लॉस होता है क्योंकि माल ठीक से सूखता नहीं है. मैंने सुबह का माल बनाया जो सूखता नहीं है और शाम का भी माल जो बनाया होता है वो भी भट्टी में ठीक से नहीं सूखता.
These factors combined threaten the sustainability of Kulhar manufacturing and the well-being of the artisans. But you know what they say, every clown has a silver lining. The younger generation is recognizing the wisdom in their ancestor traditions and stepping up to protect these crafts. Take Anubhav Dubey, co-founder of Thai Sutabar, for example. Recognizing the challenges faced by artisans, he introduced the use of kulhars in his tea outlets, providing a steady demand for their products. This initiative has created a regular source of income for over 500 porter families, allowing their children to attend school and learn the art of pottery without worrying about their future. Dubey's efforts have earned him the title of the Kulhar Man of India, highlighting his commitment to reviving and sustaining this traditional craft. But more than that, here's something cool. Kulhars aren't just inspiring people in India. Over in San Francisco and Berlin, a company called Gaia Star is creating eco-friendly disposable clay cups inspired by those very same Indian kulhars. These cups are made from just clay, water, and salt, and they naturally break down without hurting the planet. It's a perfect blend of old-school tradition and new-school innovation, all aimed at cutting down plastic waste worldwide. At the heart of the kulhar is the wisdom of our ancestors, a simple, natural design perfected over thousands of years. It reminds us that sometimes the best solutions come from traditions rooted deeply in respect for nature and community. As the younger generation, it's our chance to revisit these timeless practices, learn from them, and carry them forward in ways that honor the past while shaping a sustainable future. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that blend culture, tradition, and innovation.